Hello Mkomanashe, my name is Joseph, not his real name. I'm a Zimbabwean bus driver working on the Lusaka, Tanzania route. For nearly 5 years, I've been driving passengers across borders from South Africa to Malawi. I'm now based in Zambia. But as May approaches, I'm drowning in my own fear because I know what is coming. The man I work for is not just a businessman. He is something far darker. When he first hired me, he told me that this job was a blessing, a way out of struggle, a chance to provide for my family. But there was a price. He made it clear that after 5 years, one of his buses must have an accident. Ritual, we called it an offering. I didn't ask too many questions at the time. I was just grateful for the job. But now that the 5th year is here, I cannot sleep. For weeks, I've been having the same nightmare. I'm driving my bus, packed with passengers, heading towards Nakonde. The road stretches endlessly before me, the darkness pressing in, then suddenly the brakes fail. The bus hurtles forward at an uncontrollable speed. Passengers scream, luggage flies through the air. I grip the wheel, trying to regain control, but it is useless. I see the sharp curve ahead, and in that final moment, I know what will happen. The bus flips, bodies are thrown out into the night, and then there is a silence. A silence so heavy, it crushes me. I wake up drenched in sweat, gasping for breath, but the horror does not end. And when I open my eyes in the shadow of my room, I see figures standing, watching me. Their whispers curl around me like smoke words I cannot understand but feel in my bones. They are waiting. Every night it's the same. The dream, the figures, the whispers. It is as if I'm being prepared for what is to come, as if they are reminding me that there is no escape. I work for a man named Mr. Name Hidden. He is wealthy, powerful, and feared. When I first met him, he seemed like any other businessman, sharp, calculating but fair. He offered me a job when I was desperate, when my family was on the brink of starvation. He told me that I would be driving one of his luxury buses, transporting passengers across borders. It was a dream come true, but then, during my first week, he took me aside and said something I'll not forget. "Joseph," he said, his voice low and steady, "this job is more than just driving. It is a responsibility, a sacred duty. Every 5 years, one of my buses must make an offering. It is the price we pay for success, for safety, for prosperity. Do you understand?" I didn't. Not really, but I nodded anyway, too afraid to ask questions. I needed the job. I needed to feed my family, and so I agreed. I didn't realize that I was signing my soul away. As the years have passed, I tried to push his words to the back of my mind. I focused on my work, on providing for my wife and children. But every now and then, I would watch Mr. Name Hidden watching me. His eyes could be calculating. He would ask me how I was doing, if I was ready. I never knew that this is what he meant until now. Now, as May approaches, I understand. The 5th year is here, and I'm the chosen one. I'm the driver who must make the offering. I'm the one who must take a bus full of innocent people and send them to their deaths. The thought makes me sick. Every time I sit behind the wheel, my hands shake. I look at the passengers, mothers, fathers, and children, and I wonder which of them will die because of me. I wonder if they can see the guilt in my eyes, if they can sense the darkness that follows me. It's not just the nightmares, it's the shadows. They are always there, lurking at the edges of my vision. When I am driving, I see them in the rearview mirror, sitting in the back of the bus. When I'm at home, I see them in the corners of my room watching me. They never speak, but I can feel their presence. They are waiting for me to fulfill my part of the bargain. I've tried to fight it. I have tried to change my route to avoid Nakonde, but the company refuses. That is your job, they tell me. You cannot change it. I've considered quitting, but I know too much. Men like Mr. Name Hidden do not simply let people walk away. I've seen what happens to those who try. Last year, another driver refused to take his assigned route. He disappeared. A week later, they found his body in a ditch, his face frozen in terror. I cannot risk the same fate, not for myself and not for my family. So now I count the days, waiting for May, waiting for the moment I'll be forced to drive a bus full of unsuspecting people straight into death. I pray for a way out, but I know there is none. I made a deal without knowing the cost, and now the price must be paid. I think about my family often, my wife who stood by me through everything, my children who look up to me as their hero. What will they think of me when they found out the truth? Will they understand that I had no choice? Or will they see me as a monster, a murderer? If you ever hear about a tragic bus accident near Nakonde, know that it was never just an accident. Know that I was trapped, caught in a deal made long before I understood its weight. Know that I tried to fight it, but the darkness was too strong. And if by some miracle I survive, I'll never touch a steering wheel again. Some journeys are not meant to be taken, and some roads only lead to darkness. I write this not for sympathy, but as a warning. Be careful of the deals that you make, the bargains you strike. Sometimes the price is far greater than what you can imagine. Sometimes the road you take leads not to freedom, but to fate and worse than death. May God have mercy on my soul. The road to Nakonde is a long and treacherous road, winding through dense forest and steep hills. It is a road I've driven countless times, but now it feels different. Every cave, every pothole, every stretch of asphalt seems to mock me. The trees loom closer, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching out to grab the bus. The hills seem steeper, sense more perilous. It is as if the road itself is alive, conspiring against me. I try to focus on the drive, to push through the thoughts of me out of my mind, but it is impossible. Every time I glance in the rearview mirror, I see the shadows. They are always there, watching, waiting. Sometimes I think I hear them whispering, their voices blending with the hum of the engine. I try to ignore them, but their presence is overwhelming. The passengers are oblivious to my torment. They chat and laugh, their voices filling the bus with a sense of normalcy. A young couple is near the front, holding hands and whispering to each other. An elderly woman dozes on her seat, her head resting against a window. A group of teenagers in the back playing music on their phones, their laughter ringing out. They have no idea what is coming. They have no idea that their lives are in my hands. I want to warn them. I want to tell them to get off the bus, to run as far away as they can. But I can't. If I do, Mr. Chanda will know. He will find me and he will make me pay. So I stay silent, my guilt growing with every mile. I don't know much about the ritual, only what Mr. Name Hidden has told me. It is an ancient practice, he said, a way to appease the spirits that protect his business. Every 5 years, a sacrifice must be made, a bus must crash, and lives must be lost. It is the price of prosperity, he said, the price of power. I don't know if I believe in spirits or rituals, but I cannot deny the darkness that surrounds me. It is real and it is going stronger. Every day, I feel it closing in, suffocating me. I know that when the time comes, I will have no choice. I'll have to do what Mr. Name Hidden demands. The days are slipping away, each one bringing me closer to me. I try to hold on to the hope that something will change, that I'll find a way out. But deep down, I know that this is futile. The shadows are everywhere now, even in the daylight. They follow me to the market, to the bus station, to my home. They are constant and they are a reminder of what is to come. My wife has noticed the change in me. She asks me what is wrong, why I'm so distant. I want to tell her to unburden myself, but I can't. If I do, I'll put her in danger. So I lie, telling her that I'm just tired, that work has been stressful. She doesn't believe me, but she doesn't press the issue. She knows something is wrong, but she doesn't know how to help me. The morning of May arrives, and with it a sense of finality. I dress in silence, my hands trembling as I button my shirt. My wife watches me from the bed, her eyes filled with concern. She asks me if I'm okay, if I need to stay home. I shake my head, unable to speak. If I stay home, Mr. Name Hidden will send someone else. And if I refuse to drive, he will kill me. There is no way out. The bus is waiting for me at the station. Its engine is idling. The passengers are ready and are already boarding. Their voices cheerful and carefree. I take my seat behind the wheel, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly my knuckles turn white. The shadows are here too, sitting in the back, their eyes fixed on me. They are waiting. As I pull out of the station, I feel a sense of dread settle over me. The road stretches out before me, long and dark. I know what lies ahead. I know what I must do. But as I drive, I can't help but hope for a miracle. Maybe the brakes will hold. Maybe the bus will stop. Maybe, just maybe, I'll find a way to escape this fate. But deep down, I know the truth. There is no escape. The road to Nakonde is a death road. I am unwilling to guide. If you ever hear about a tragic bus accident near Nakonde, know that it was never just an accident. Know that I was trapped, caught in a deal made long before I understood its weight. Know that I tried to fight it, but the darkness was too strong. And if maybe by some miracle I survive, I'll never touch the steering wheel again. Some journeys are not meant to be taken, and some roads only lead to darkness. I write this not for sympathy, but as a warning. Be careful of the deals you make, the bargains you strike. Sometimes the price is far greater than you can imagine. Sometimes the road you take leads not to freedom, but to a fate worse than death. May God have mercy on my soul.